days that India has been under a 21-day lockdown. We've entered day 3 and here are lessons from the first 2 days that can ensure that this 21-day lockdown period runs smoothly. First off, the government still needs to smoothen the supply chain for essential supplies. Now, for days, we've observed that the channels of movement for essential supplies were being blocked because there were unclear instructions from states about what essential supplies entail. Now, on Thursday, the government has issued, in fact, specific states have issued orders about what essential supplies are. They've listed them out clearly. And so that portion is being addressed. The cops are being sensitized about delivery personnel who need to be supplying these essential items like grocery and food. Apart from that, the center has also set up a high-level interdepartmental logistics committee that includes people from the railway officials, from the civil aviation, health, consumer affairs. All of them have come together in order to smoothen this supply chain of essential goods in this period of lockdown. For the lockdown to be successful, it's important that life, although has come to a standstill for a large number of us, it is going on as usual to ensure that we can stay in our homes comfortably. There are processes that are going on still. There are people who are providing essential services to ensure that we can stay inside our homes comfortably. So those processes need to run smoothly for the lockdown to be successful. Now, yesterday, the Finance Minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, announced an emergency plan, an emergency economic relief plan for the weaker sections of society. While it is a comprehensive effort for now to immediately address the loss in cash in their hands, the loss of availability of cash and the food security issue. But there's no doubt that there are holes in the safety net and those holes need to be plugged. And this, we hope, will happen gradually. We hope the governments will start addressing those loopholes in the plan, because of course, while it is an immediate measure to ensure that nobody goes hungry to bed and people have some amount of cash in their hands to spend on essential supplies, still they need more, much more, and it will probably happen a few more days, we hope, when the government calculates exactly what the losses are going to be for the unorganized sector workers and then compensate them for the loss that they incur on their livelihoods during this 21-day lockdown period. Remember, these people earn from day to day and they have limited cash in hand. They don't have balance, they don't have reserves of money. Now we come to the crop procurement issue. This was the season of harvest for an important crop, that is wheat, and especially this concerns states that are large wheat-producing states like Madhya Pradesh and Punjab. The concern over there is that things have come to a halt for now. We hope things will settle, but for now there is uncertainty, especially in Madhya Pradesh, because that has been through a political instability also. So due to that reason, procurement of the wheat crop had to be postponed. Now it will happen on April 1st. It's been a double whammy for the farmers there. First the political instability, then the 21-day lockdown period. However, the Chief Minister now, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, has said that he's assured the farmers that the procurement will go on, although it's been postponed to April 1st. Also, there were issues about the movement of reapers and harvesters, vehicles and machinery that are needed for harvesting, for procurement, etc. So the Chief Minister and senior officials have said that that point is also being addressed. Their movement will be eased gradually. Apart from that, Punjab, also another wheat producing state, what happens there is that the mandis is where the procurement activity happens, and now officials are considering how to implement social distancing in those extremely crowded mandis. Social distancing is important at this point in time, of course, so the officials are figuring out a way to carry on activities as usual, but in a more organized manner, keeping in mind the kind of restrictions that we need to observe due to this COVID-19 pandemic. Apart from that, we also must address the issue of migrant laborers who are moving from their areas where they work to their hometowns in massive numbers. They've run out of money, they're running out of food, their landlords and contractors are evicting them. So they essentially have no other choice, many of them, except for to return to their hometowns. So it seems like the center has told states to take care of these migrant laborers, to ensure they have shelter, to ensure that they have food, to set up relief camps for them, even as they make this hundreds of kilometers of journey back to their hometowns. The center has appealed to the states to stop them and to give them temporary relief measures for this 21-day period, and the states have also stepped up action to take care of these migrant laborers. So while they are still walking in large numbers to their hometowns, he was hoping that these the states and the center will act proactively to help these migrant laborers. It has come to their notice, and the chief ministers of many states where these migrant laborers belong have appealed to their other counterparts in other states to take care of these people for now, and that the states where these migrant laborers belong, they will compensate for the cost of putting them up later. So these were the lessons from day 1 and 2. We will keep updating you regularly about how India is going through this lockdown period and what issues need to be addressed and what the center and state governments are doing to address them.